Why does God allow innocent babies to be born with physical or mental defects? It's not that God wants these things to happen, necessarily. It's not that the child is being punished for anything, necessarily. What if you have a mother who is an alcoholic who continued to drink while she was pregnant? Or a drug addict who used drugs while she was pregnant, and she inflicted harm on the child, made it addicted to whatever drug she was on. It damaged the body of the child just as it damages hers. God created the body in a perfect state, as humans can be perfect, as you know, they're not perfect, but as one could be. But because of the carelessness of the woman who was pregnant, it might have been damaged. Does God want that to happen? The answer is no. But not every baby that's born with a physical or mental defect is because the parent, the mother, didn't do what she was supposed to do. Sometimes they are born with mental handicaps, or they're born with missing an arm or a leg or other things. There's all kinds of things that through no fault of their own happen. And we have to remember that while God allows these things to happen, it's not what He would prefer. But in a sense, those defects become crosses for those people to carry through life. Just as our crosses may be invisible to other people because we have anxiety, or we have severe depression, or we have other illnesses or things that we don't share with other people, those can be our hidden crosses. These defects could be physical manifestations of a cross that they have to live with. I have met several people who were born without limbs, or they were born with some kind of defects, who were able to live a normal life. They were able to overcome the challenges of a physical handicap and were able to function perfectly, as much as I could. Some of them are even more dedicated to things than I am because they've had to be in order to overcome their difficulties. But they had the desire to do so, and they found a way to make it work. I was just recently watching a video on, I don't know, one of these social media things. It was a contest for smaller children in India, I think it was. And you had a boy who was 7 years old who had no arms, who was doing gymnastics in this dance routine with an older brother, and it was amazing. And he was able to go to school and use his feet to actually write and do the homework. He was able to use his feet, because he had no arms, to comb his hair, to brush his teeth. And it was showing little snippets of it as they were talking to him about how he's able to live a normal life without even having arms. In India, he didn't have prosthetics, he didn't have, any kind of contraption to help him do it. He found a way to make it work, and he was happy. He was laughing and smiling, and you would have never known that there was anything different about him until you noticed that he didn't have arms. So, why does God allow innocent babies to be born with these things? Well, we don't know. We don't have a definitive answer. But what we can say is that God also gives them the grace to be able to work through their situation. That if that is their cross, being born without a leg or being born without arms, that we have a way of working around it, and we see that that's possible. So, where there's a will, there's a way. Any questions about that?